Okay, here we are, day 50. This is part 2. Task Force is driving. That proves it. It shows her hand there, down there, waving the hand in Task Force. Okay, so you can make an audible sound, Task Force.
Hey, how's it going?
Okay. Oh, shit. Just spilled my coffee. Hit that bump. Going to visit Mark Lambert. We'd love to come to Dragon Distillery if he wants to get all that Nikita liqueur from, what country is that? What Baltic country does that Nikita liqueur come from? We'd love to talk about the Nikita liqueur. We'd love to go to Transport Logistics up in Fulton, Maryland, up by the NSA. Do they have Navy intelligence guys up at NSA? Well, if you don't remember Mark Lambert, he was a Navy intelligence guy. And he's also an expert in the Arabic language, and also an expert in logistics. Logistics, Navy intel, satellite, expert in satellite, and an expert in Arabic. Now, if I was recruiting, just me, if I was recruiting, aspiring in Congress, the first guy I would hire would be somebody like Mark Lambert. I'm not saying Mark Lambert would have to be that guy, but there's probably 5 people in the world that would fit that description. Navy intelligence, the Old Boys Club, BOYZ Club, knows where the Navy Club is on Pennsylvania Avenue. You'd have to have logistics knowledge. You'd have to have knowledge of satellites, being able to geolocate with phones as well. And then you'd also have to be able to speak fluent Arabic for recruiting. So, just a couple of shots, over the internet. I hear people are, well, if you've really done what you said with the money, I still forgive you and I still want you to solve this case. I'm like, what did people say I did with the Patreon? Again, Patreon, small portion, small fraction of my expenses, but I will now tell you, and now I have a witness sitting here with me that can tell you exactly what I spend my money on. I first of all spend my money on a $69 a night hotel. True or false?
True.
True. Okay. Then I go to a place near Capital South where I think the Jaquaya low-light cameras situation is, where the brownstone operations, if you want to call them. There are a couple of them actually brown along that
yes, there is.
E Street, right?
Yes.
And I drink about 5 or 6 wines in a row, talking to everybody wearing shoes, everybody wearing wingtips, to get as much information as I can about Congress. True?
That's exactly what happens.
That's exactly what happens.
And I spend my own money doing it.
Yeah, and I do not underwrite Task Force. Well, she's renting this car, so she is underwriting me a little bit here. But I do. I drink wine, and I talk to congressmen as they come up, and I say, Congressman, hey, where are you from? And he says, Tennessee. And I say, which district? And he says, Tennessee 8. And I say, well, what's your name? Is it Steve Cohen? And he goes, yes, by the way, it is Steve Cohen. And I say, what committees are you on? And then he says, finance. And it's a lot easier for me to remember the congressman because there's 435 of them if I just ask the congressman directly. And I can't do that at the hotel. They're not going to come to the hotel. So that's why I have slow wines over a long period of time at this bar. And so if you don't like that, I can understand totally, and I can understand backing away from Patreon. So that's the wrap up. Here we are on the road to Fulton, Maryland. Transport Logistics. We're going to find some Uranium-1, and hey, what the heck? Maybe, just maybe, they have a DEA license. Does Mark Lambert have a DEA license?
Yes, he does.
Really?
Yes, he does.
He ships uranium and he has a DEA license?
Yes.
Wow, that's amazing. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting combination. Wow. Okay. So, we won't go to the Port of Baltimore. We don't have any Adela rice to pick up, but we have been told, we don't, but we have been told that Imran's sister Adela is in the country by the own hand of the attorney themselves. So they've also pulled that request for pulling the GPS monitoring, the high intensity supervision program. They've pulled that request, I've noticed, from the docket.